Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today we are doing my last book haul of 2025 and I have quite a few books here. In fact, let me quickly count them. I will put in a little footage of the two stacks of books that I have currently in front of me, but there are 24 books for me to haul for you today, so let's just get into them. First off, we have one pile that is mainly pre-orders and two books I got on the Black Friday TikTok shop HarperCollins sale, so I'll go through them first. Well, first of all, the book that came yesterday, technically I was not informed that it had come because another book came through Royal Mail, through my post box, like through the door, fine, and then I didn't get anything about this one, and I thankfully went out this morning before it started raining, but it was raining yesterday and I don't know when this was delivered. It was hidden behind, well, next to my bin. The package was wet and when I opened it, the pages were all warped, but thankfully, since it's been sat in my nice warm house while I was out, it has fixed itself, thank God, but it started chucking it down while I was out, so thank God I went out to know it was there, otherwise I still would not know until I left my house tomorrow morning to go to work. But it would be dark and I still would not have known. Like the fact that, anyway. We have Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent. This is book 2 in the Daughter of No Worlds trilogy. And this is the Waterstones exclusive. And this is also the signed edition. So very exciting. This has a really nice naked hardback as well. This light is very bright, by the way, because this room is pitch black. Yeah, it's kind of like the Crown of Nyaxia series where it's a smooth hardback rather than like a textured one, and it's like printed onto the hardback itself. So thankfully the pages are back to being straight and correct and it's not actually damaged, but the package was damp when I got it and I was really worried that it was going to be damaged, but it looks okay, thankfully. Well, hang on, let me show you the two I got off TikTok shop. So I have not read this book yet. I do have this book, and actually the original version of this book I got off TikTok shop and it came damaged and I didn't send it back. Anyway, I got this special edition of When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, which, okay, for this, thankfully this was half price. I got it for £15. For this being as expensive as it is, it's meant to be oh no, I got it for £12.50. For this meant to be £25. It just has a different dust jacket and edges, but it's not as special. I mean, it does have like, it's not a completely plain hardcover, but it's not got a lot. It does say Deluxe Collector's Edition, so I don't know what's different of this one compared to the original. I might have to have a look. And then this one wasn't in sale, but it is a HarperCollins TikTok shop exclusive, and it is this version of Good Spirits by B.K. Barrison. I don't know if it's gonna show you very well. And then the naked hardcover is really pretty as well. So I am quite happy with that, I have to say. And it's pink. Listen, if there's one thing I love, it's pink. You wouldn't be able to tell because I'm wearing black as usual, but I love pink. Okay, now I'll do the pre-orders in the order I actually got them. So, probably should have done this one first, but I did get Daughter of No Worlds as the Waterstones exclusive. Oh, this one is also signed. I forgot about that actually. This came obviously, I think, October or September, so I had forgotten it was signed, to be honest. So I think the naked hardcover of the second one seems pretty, like it just has a lot more to it. Very excited to read this. The third one has just been put on to match, so I do need to pre-order that stat and then I can actually read this series. I love how I'm buying all the special editions before I even, oh sorry, it's the War of Lost Hearts series is what it's called. I love how I'm buying this whole series before even reading it, and I'm buying it in special edition. But I love Crown of Nyaxia, and I've heard that this is even better, so I need to take all the stickers off, and I will do that before I put them on the shelves, by the way. We have Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake. This one is also signed by Olivia Blake. This is the only one I think I've seen of her recent releases where they haven't done like a sprayed edge edition, because Gifted and Talented they did, January's they did, obviously Masters of Death and One for My Enemy did, all of the Atlas 6 ones they did. This is the only one I've seen where they haven't done a special edition of it. But anyway, I'm just happy I've got a signed copy. This sounds unhinged and beautiful and like a dark academia sort of thing, so excited to try that. Thankfully this book is not adding to my TBR, it's just a special edition of a book I already have 3 times. It's Daydream by Hannah Grace, because it matches my other ones, which are right there. I have got Daydream 3 times. I have plain, I have the Waterstone sprayed edges and the Works sprayed edges, because I love Icebreaker. And I did really like Daydream, to be fair. So yeah, this matches Icebreaker and Wildfire, which I've got here. Beautiful. In fact, there we go. Stunning. Beautiful. I didn't realise, I thought there was going to be more in this series, but apparently it's just going to be the 3 by the looks of things. I don't actually know. Then I got The Bookshop Below by Georgia Summers. This is also the exclusive, and it is also signed by the author. This one I got because it's a fantasy book about bookshops, and I was like, say less. Yeah, absolutely want to read this. So it seems to be covering like a magical bookshop. There's deadly bargains, powerful magical books. The bookshop has to have an owner. And a rival bookseller also knows that this shop needs to have an owner, and I'm guessing they're going to have like a bit of a rivals to lovers trying to take over the shop. And it says she is plunged into a world of unscrupulous collectors, deadly ink magic and shady societies. A dark force threatens to unravel the bookshop entirely. This sounds cozy. I don't know, but it's a fantasy about bookshops. I need it. And finally we have Brimstone by Callie Hard. Oh my god. I was going to read this straight away, but I was just getting out of a reading slump when this got delivered. So what I think I'm going to do instead, because my December TBR is already massive with other things that technically are taking priority so I can reach my goals for the year, I'm probably going to reread Quicksilver in January and read this straight afterwards so that I'm fully up to date, and I'll read Kingfisher's chapters as well, just to make sure I'm fully up to date with it, because I think my original plan was to watch the podcast. I can't remember. I took a screenshot. The Fantasy Fangirls podcast. I was going to watch that, but because it'll be a new year by the time I get around to reading this, I might as well do a reread, and I loved that book, so that's really not a chore. I cannot wait to get to this. I've heard mixed reviews, but most of the people that I follow and trust their opinions of have all enjoyed it, so I'm not too nervous. I think I'm going to love it. Next we have Little Women. You might be thinking, don't you already have a copy of Little Women? Yes, but that copy does not include the Good Wives, like second part. And part of me was like, do I get the Chiltern Classics? But they're separate books. I would have to spend £44 to get Little Women and Good Wives separately. They are beautiful, so in the future I might. But this was, I think, £3.99 through Wordsworth on Amazon. So, and I thought the cover was really just adorable. It's the 4 sisters through the window that Laurie says he can see them whenever they're messing around. He can see them through this window, and it makes him feel like happy and less alone. This has Little Women and Good Wives, so it means I can read the whole thing and enjoy it all as one piece of art, and I'm very excited for that. This next pile is the 15 books I bought because Waterstones did double stamps of a Good Friday, no, not Good Friday, that's Easter, what's it called? Black Friday weekend, and it was double stamps or triple stamps if you spent over £100. So obviously I was going to go for the triple points. It's a no-brainer. If you spend £100, you get £30 free On your Waterstones card, that's basically 3 more books that you can buy if you get paperbacks. It was a no-brainer, okay? And I had done some clothes shopping and had to send most of it back. So basically what I sent back paid for these. So yeah, this is what I got. I would like to preface, 14 of these I bought in one go. And then my brother asked for something for his birthday and he's like, oh, they have it at Waterstones, but I'll send you the Amazon link. I said, no. Send me the Waterstones link. What do you mean? I have a Waterstones card and it's double points weekend. Send me that. And then I ordered his book, but I needed to get a free shipping, obviously, so I had to buy an extra one. So what I bought was a book that I've been looking at for ages, and they still had the special edition of it. And it's The Passengers on the Hanuku Line by Hiro Arakawa. And this just looks, you know me, I love a cozy Japanese fiction. So let me just pop this down for a minute because this is getting a lot. I bought 3 Japanese cozy fictions, by the way. Anyway, I can't read this very well because the light's in front of me, and I'm gonna just sit like this so I get some of the light to the words because the light is not on in this room, it's too dark. Okay. Travelling through the scenic countryside of Kyoto and Osaka is the Hankyu Line, a burgundy electric train that has been carrying commuters to their destinations for decades. Over the course of a single journey in springtime and a return journey 6 months later, just as the leaves begin to fall, a young man meets the woman who happens to borrow the last copy of the library book he was about to take out. An angry wedding guest dresses in a white gown to upstage the bride. A university student leaves home for the first time. A 20-something finally summons the courage to walk away from an abusive partner. A widow learns to be independent as she and her granddaughter meet their new dog. As the seasons and the landscapes change, passengers jostle and connect, each harbouring their own dreams and desires as this timeless train takes them on their journey of personal transformation. So that sounds lovely. So that will be, I imagine it's the same as other books I've read. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chapters, I imagine, following 5 different stories. So that's exciting. It looks cozy. The other 2 cozy Japanese fiction that I got, Tales from the Cafe by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is book 2 in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. I think there's like 6 or 7 books out now, which is a lot. But I thought I would read the second one as well. This is following, it's still in the same cafe, funicular. It's hard to say, it's like a tongue twister, but following different people. And then this one I've had my eye on for a while. It's the Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop. Look at it, it's got like pink foiled petals. First of all, it's pink. Second of all, it's cherry blossom. I love cherry blossom. I will get cherry blossom anything. As soon as there is something pretty and it's got cherry blossom on it, I'll probably want to buy it. So yes, so this one. Welcome to the Cherry Blossom Bookshop, a haven for book lovers that only appears during the fleeting cherry blossom season, which is like 2 weeks, by the way. And also it's about a bookshop. Why would I not buy a book about a bookshop, honestly? Nestled amidst the bloom of delicate petals, you'll find a sanctuary for those burdened by regrets and past sorrows. Here, Sakura, the mysterious young owner, and her wise calico cat, Kobako, patiently await the arrival of souls in need of solace and healing. Told over 4 seasons, each visitor to the bookshop holds a book that bridges their past and their present, guiding them towards understanding and acceptance. With the antique charm of the shop and the soothing aroma of freshly brewed coffee, Sakura and Koboko help their guests confront their lingering sadness through the power of stories, enabling them to move forward with renewed hope. How cute does that sound? Oh my god, love it. That was my chair making that noise, by the way. Okay. Next, I'll show you this, 6 together. I bought the whole of the Eden series. I read Indigo Ridge on my Kindle last month and straight away, because it was triple points, bought every single one of them. If it hadn't been triple points, maybe I wouldn't have bought them straight away now. But that was mostly because I thought these were still on Kindle Unlimited, but I downloaded this one when it was available. It is not available anymore. So I would have panicked and bought them anyway, to be honest, but thankfully it was triple points. And that's why I bought them. I'm very excited to read the rest of these. I loved Indigo Ridge, read it in one sitting, and yeah, I can't wait, honestly. This is probably going to be like a next year read, but yeah, as soon as I can pick these up again, I will. Okay, we're down to the last 6 books. So we got Servant of Earth by Sarah Hawley. She wrote the Glimmer Falls trilogy, which I absolutely loved, which is a witch's guide to fake dating a demon, a demon's guide to wooing a witch, and a werewolf's guide to seducing a vampire. So I really enjoyed that series. And then everyone's been raving about this series. I think the second book just recently came out, so I will be reading that at some point. After this one, no doubt, if I love it. This one is fae, and it's more of a... The other series was more of like a cozy, magical realism romance, whereas these are more of an actual like fantasy. I think it's fae we're looking at. Only the strong and ruthless rule in the fae realm, but a young human woman is destined to change it all. That's all I need to know, really. I've heard so many good things about this book. It's not actually super thick, so it seems like a very manageable read. And I already know I like her writing, so I'm very much looking forward to this one. Then I got, again, okay. When I first got into reading, I was buying the full series before I even had read the first one and knew if I liked it or not. I did it with the Twisted series, with Chestnut Springs, I think, with the Dreamland Billionaire series. I was buying the whole series in one go, and I don't normally do that now. However, I have still not read the first one yet, and this is book 4. They're being republished with these new covers, which are beautiful because the old covers is a man on the front, and I hate that. But this doing the sprayed edges, and I'm normally against paperbacks with a sprayed edge, but when it's different when it like goes over to the next side. Like it matches like the, I don't know, these look nice. They match the cover, and they're all gonna look lovely together. I mean, just look. And the last one's green. Come on, these are really pretty. So I did make an exception for this series, and yes, I have bought so far the first 4 out of 5 without even knowing if I like them or not. So fingers crossed that I do. This one I'm really excited for, and I'm so sad I don't have time to read it this month, I don't think. Maybe we'll have to make time, we'll see. What is going on? It's my necklace. It's going on the back, okay. Yeah, we might have to make time this month to read this, but it is Breathe With Me by Becca Mack. I did not look at who this couple was going to be before I bought it. I just knew it was the Playing for Keeps series. I think it's the last one, and I love the series. The found family over the course of this series. Look, I know book 1 has his problems, okay? He's really quite a lot, I'm not going to lie. Carter is obnoxious at the best of times in his own book, and he gets even worse as the books go on, and it's not him as the main character anymore. And yes, he called his things sort of Cinder, but the found family is one of the best found families I have ever read, and they just get better with time as more people get added, as they get closer. Oh my god, yes. Anyway, when I saw once this appeared on my doorstep, who this was about, oh my god, I can't wait. It's not a second chance romance. Basically, when you read the first book, there's one already established couple, and this book is about that couple. And I'm so excited, you have no idea. Oh, I need a drink of my tea. I'm getting thirsty with all this talking. It's like nearly cold, I'm not gonna lie, but it's... My brother got me the Bird and Blend tea advent calendar for Christmas, so obviously he gave it to me before the first. This one is mulled cider, I think, and it's very cloves heavy, so it really does taste like mulled cider, just without the like thickness, if that makes sense, because tea's a lot thinner than cider. It's alright, it's not bad. It feels very Christmassy, I'm not gonna lie. Next, another book I'm really excited for, and I was waiting for the paperback to come out, and that is The Favourite by Lane Fargo. This apparently is a little bit like Daisy Jones and the Six, where you're really getting the drama, the grit of these people who are like in the public eye. So it's 2, I think they're Olympic figure skaters, and they're like childhood sweethearts, and it's like the drama of them trying to get to the Olympics. Although it does say, until that fateful day the world watched, the unthinkable happened. So I don't know, it just this sounds like it's going to be dramatic and very much feeling a lot like Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six sort of vibes. And also the cover is beautiful, I mean, come on. Then, okay, this book I wasn't sure if I was going to get at first, but again, she looks so pretty on the front, I can't help it, okay? I got Revolve by Balacabra. I did really like Spiral. And then I did enjoy, no wait, no, I loved Collide. Spiral I did enjoy, but I didn't love it as much, and there was something about it that, like, their relationship that really annoyed me. I think they both felt a bit immature in some ways, but that was their relationship. So I'm hoping this one does not give me that problem, but look at her, she is so pretty, once again. I think, so the FMC Sierra was an Olympic figure skater, but she's now struggling to get back on the ice after an accident. And then Dylan has been kicked off his hockey team because he's reckless. I can't remember Dylan mentioned in the previous books, but anyway. So she needs a new partner. He's now got a bunch of free time by the sounds of it. So they team up, I guess. The name Donovan rings a bell, but I can't think of if he was in the first one or not, because the first one was based at university, but the second one was was like a newbie pro athlete. So I don't know. We'll find out anyway. And then the final book of this 24 book pile is Throne of Secrets by Kerry Maniscalco. I do have Throne of the Fallen, which I haven't gotten around to yet, because I thought it was going to be more of a series like Kingdom of the Wicked. It's the spin-off series of Kingdom of the Wicked. So Kingdom of the Wicked, you're following Prince Wrath. Is he a prince? I guess so, he's like a Prince of Hell. This series you're following the other brothers. So it was Lust in Throne of the Fallen, and this one is Gluttony. So now I'm realising, oh hang on, they're their own interconnected standalone. So now I'm more likely to just read them as and when they come out. So I do need to read the first one still. I've heard good things. I really liked the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. I thought it was so good. So I'm very much looking forward to this series as well. I have a very precarious pile now next to me. So I'm gonna have the lovely joy of finally putting all of these away on my very full TBR bookcase. I don't know how we're going to manage that yet, but we're going to give it a go. I think I'm going to be getting a new bookcase in the new year, and I'm very excited, and a new chair for this room. So, I mean, I'll still film videos in front of these bookcases, but we're going to be more in this corner on the cozy chair next to the TBR shelf, and potentially a little spinning table if it will fit in, with more book space in there. So we will see. I'm very much excited to get those. But like I say, I'll still film in front of the main shelves, but I definitely am going to need another bookcase soon, because my fantasy shelf is overflowing. Like, I've still got some space on the romance one, so it's not too bad, but I mean, it's got it's got 4 shelves of fantasy, and on the top there's fantasy as well. And then my dark romances, and then my like miscellaneous. So I think it'll be good to have one full romance, one full fantasy, and then the miscellaneous on another one. So that being said, the romance probably will have to go on to the miscellaneous one as well, because there's a lot of just regular romance on here. Anyway, that being said, I am going to wrap this up here. I hope you enjoyed the haul. Let me know if you read any of these books and if you enjoyed them. I need to go on a book buying ban because I've bought like over 120 books this year, and that's just not good. I mean, a lot of the books I've bought I have read as I've bought them, but I have a lot of books I bought before this year that I need to get reading, and I'm starting to get overwhelmed by my TBR now. I can't lie, and I know it's not good to be buying more than I'm reading, but also I find buying books is its own separate hobby that I find really fun and very fulfilling. And at the end of the day, I'm an adult with my own money, and I can spend it on what I want, and at least it's not drugs. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go put these away now and have a lot of fun doing it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.